Yo, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to help you recognize whether or not you have an anxious attachment style. Now, an attachment style is the way you are in relationships, your behaviors, your inputs, depending on what your childhood used to be like. So, whether or not your parents used to be actually there for you or not be there for you, you will have certain behaviors, and those behaviors will be very complex and they will fall into a certain attachment style, like the three main ones, which are the secure, the anxious, and the avoidant attachment style. So today I'm going to talk about the anxious attachment style because that's what I have, and so that's what I want you to be helped on. And so the way you identify whether or not you have an anxious attachment style is by asking yourself these 4 questions that I just wrote down on this paper, right? The first question that you need to ask yourself is, do you think of the worst case scenario to happen when you go through obstacles in life / your relationship? That's the first question. A second question is, do you feel anxious or you start creating stories or you worry when she doesn't text back fast enough? So when she doesn't text back fast enough, when she doesn't get back to you, reply to you, you just make up a story. Oh, maybe her phone's lost, or maybe she got kidnapped, or maybe she died. So I mean, like these crazy stories that you just make up in your head just to compensate for what you're not getting. Now, the third question is, do I ignore what I want and need to give the other person what they need first? So it's basically abandoning yourself just to make someone else happy, when it should be that you fulfill yourself first, you do everything for yourself first, but you just give and give and give to the other person. And the way I'm talking about this, like a robot, I've gone through this, like the things I'm talking about right now, I've gone through it. And if you're going through it right now, I completely understand what perspective you have of this. So with that being said, the fourth question is, when you have problems in your relationship, you withdraw and have this passive aggressive attitude towards her, like she has to figure out what's wrong. So basically, when something goes wrong, do you just kind of sit back and you wait for her to tell you, oh, what's wrong? And then you say it instead of just saying what's wrong. And the reason I'm talking about this is because it's something which I've been deep diving into for the past year and a half. Now that we're done with the questions, I just don't want to leave you with nothing, right? I just don't want you to answer these questions and just leave it. If you answer these questions honestly, you'll get to the point where you will recognize whether or not you have an anxious attachment style. And once you recognize you do have an anxious attachment style, what you can do is you can effectively communicate with your partner that you have it, and you can trace back scenarios where this might have come from, right? You might trace the origins of where might this anxiousness have come from. So with that being said, you just need to understand it as a whole, that the more you learn about it, the more you understand yourself, the more you have the opportunity to let people know of what you want, to let your partner know of what you want. And the more you hide it, the more you suffer in silence. And that's what you've been doing for the past years and years, or even months, or even weeks. You've been suffering because you've not been honest with what you want. And now that you kind of understand and you're like, yo, these questions that I've just been asked, they're so relatable to me. If they are relatable to you, just know that you are in the right place. And you can subscribe to the channel because I'll be posting more videos just like this and helping you understand your anxious attachment style and helping you become more secure through learning about certain techniques of healing and effective communication. And so with that being said, I hope this video helped you. Let me know in the comments what you thought of the video, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.